Hello friends, this is Laksh Gupta from CBSE French class 9 and 10. In this video, we are going to do chapter 2 of class 10 French book. So, let's start. The name of the chapter is Apres le bac and it means after the high school. Now, quand je aurai fini mon bac, je ferai des études technologiques. When I will have finished my high school, I will study applied science. Après mon bac, je irai à la fac. After my high school, I'll go to the college. Now, let's move forward. Pauline et Ali vont terminer leur bac. Ils discutent sur leurs projets d'études dans la cafétéria de leur lycée. Pauline and Ali are about to finish their high school. They discuss about their study plan in the cafeteria of their school. Pauline, salut Ali. Pauline, salut Ali. Hi Ali. Ali, salut Pauline, ça va? Hi Pauline, how are you? Pauline, ça va? Pourquoi as-tu air inquiet? Pauline, fine. Why are you looking worried? Ali, je m'inquiète de mon avenir. Quand je aurai fini mon bac, je ne sais pas quoi faire. Ali, I am worried about my future. When I will have finished my high school, I don't know what to do. Pauline, pour qui? Qu'est-ce que tu désires faire? Pauline, why? What do you want to do? Ali, je veux continuer mes études à la university. Ali, I want to continue my studies in the university. Pauline, beer, et alors? Pauline, fine. And then, Ali, vois-tu, les études à la university coûtent très cher. Mes parents au Sénégal auront-ils les moyens de payer les frais de mes études? Ali, you see, the university studies costs are very high. My parents are in Senegal. Will they have the means to pay the expenses of my studies? Pauline, porque for il dependro entièrement de tes parents, tu pourras avoir des bourses du gouvernement ou plus, tu pourras trouver des emplois à mi-temps. Pauline, why is it necessary to depend entirely on your parents? You could have the government grants. Moreover, you could find some part-time jobs. So let's move to the next page. Now, Ali, for example, Pauline, le soir, quand tu seras rentré dans la university, après les cours, tu pourras trouver des petits emplois comme faire du babysitting ou laver la voiture ou travailler dans un supermarché, etc. Ainsi, tu pourras gagner ce qu'il faut pour faire tes études. Pauline, in the evening, when you will have came back from the university after the classes, you could find some small jobs like babysitting or car washing or working in a supermarket, etc. Like this, you could earn what is required for doing your studies. Ali, merci beaucoup pour tes conseils. Tes paroles m'ont beaucoup soulagé. Dear Ali, thanks a lot for your advices. Your words relieved me a lot. Well, by the way, what are your plans? Pauline, les lettres et les sciences humaines ne m'intéressent pas. J'ai envie de faire d'autres études. Pauline, literature and social science don't interest me. I wish to do some other studies. Ali, comme quoi? Ali, like what? Pauline, je voudrais entrer dans un IoT faire mes études de technology. Pauline, I would like to enter University Institute of Technology to do my studies of technology. Ali, say course no so ils pas shares. Ali, these courses aren't they expensive. Pauline, see, mes parents sont assez riches pour payer mes études. Quand je serai rentré, quand je serai sorti de cet institut, je pourrai chercher un emploi. Pauline, yes, but my parents are rich enough to pay my studies. When I will have come out from this institute, I could find a job. Ali, beer, bonne chance. Ali, good luck. Pauline, bonne chance à toi aussi. Pauline, good luck to you too. So now Let's move forward to do the question answers. Sorry, exercises. The way of a say true or false. First, Pauline वो फिर से एतुज आला university. Pauline wants to do her studies at the university. See, friends, it was very clearly written that Pauline does not want to do in a university. She wants to do in a IUT. So that's false. So we can write false. Next, Apres le bac lycée. One does the high school diploma in high school. So that's true. We'll study ahead le bac and the lycée. So we'll, if you have some doubt, that will get cleared in that part. Third, le Turzala University no kuta share. The studies at the university are not expensive. So we know that they're expensive. So this is false. Next, also the course of technology, the IUT. We follow the course of technology in an IoT. We just learned that in an IoT we do they use the technology, so that's true. Next, Ali se interest or letter or science humans. Ali is interested in literature and social sciences. This is false as Pauline was interested in them. No, so sorry, I just misspelled. I just confused myself. Ali Ali is interested in science, humans, and letters, whereas Pauline is not interested in them. So that's true. Now, yes. Now, second, relay le mots de la colonne A avec C. So, de la colonne B. Match the words of column A with one in column B. First, FO, baccalaureate, faculty, technology, brevet. FO means child, baccalaureate means high school diploma, faculty means faculty, technology means technology, brevet means school certificate. Now, lycée, IUT, école maternelle, college, university. Lycée is high school, IUT is IUT, école maternelle is maternal school, college is secondary school, and university is university. Now, we know that an infant is small, so he will enter in the école maternelle. Friends, we'll just study ahead in deep what is école maternelle, and also if you have any doubt, need not worry as they will get cleared ahead. Now, baccalaureate, we will study ahead that a person does his baccalaureate in a lycée, so that's two. Next, faculties of an university, so that's third. Next, technology, we just learned that one does the studies of technology in IUT, so that's fourth over here. And brevet, one does brevet in a college, so that's fifth. Now we have covered this much part, and now we'll just do some important civilization question of this part. So let's start. Now, first important civilization question is Nome Kelkapatit employees. Name some part-time jobs. And the answer can be Kelkapatit employees. So, faire do babysitting, laver la voiture, or travailler dans un supermarché. See, three are given, so you can know these three. Kelkapatit employees. So, faire do babysitting, laver la voiture, and travailler dans un supermarché. Next, we are just going to start. So now another important question can be IUT. What can one study in a IUT? So our answer is the technologies the IUT. One can do his technological studies in a IUT. Now friends, although this is a little extra, but it has once come in board exams, so I'm just telling you, you have to remember this. What is the full form of IUT? Now the full form of IUT is Institute Universitaire de Technologie. So, friends, I'm just putting this accents in etudes here. They teach the technologies, the IUT. Now, let's do the next important question. What can one do if one does not have the means of paying his the fees of his studies in a university? So the answer is si ne pas le moyen de payer les frais de ses études dans, dans les universités peut demander des bourses du gouvernement et travailler à mi-temps. So if one does not have the means of paying the fees of his studies in the universities, one can demand the government scholarships and work at part time. So travailler à mi-temps is work part time. So this is one important question. And if you just want to know what can the question like comes to the question is C O one does not have if one does not have the means of paying the fees, what can one do per a fair? What can one do? So you can just take it as a demo question and you can just note this down in your note. This, so we have covered all the important civilization questions from this part, and let's move to the next part. Now, I observe. Le professeur, qu'est-ce que tu penses faire après ton bac? Professor, what are you thinking of doing after a high school diploma? L'élève, je irai à la university lorsque je aurai eu mon bac. Student, I will go to the university when I will have had my high school diploma. Le professeur, et toi, que veux-tu faire après tes études à la university? Professor, and you, what do you want to do after your university studies? L'élève, je partirai à l'étranger chercher du travail quand j'aurai terminé mes études. Student, I should go abroad to search for job when I will have finished my studies. Now, friends, in this part, they're just explaining you the future and theory tense. I will make a separate video on this tense just to explain it to you. So we can just leave it for this part, but I'll just translate this part for you. Le future en théorie represents une action antérieure à une autre action dans l'avenir. So it means the future perfect represents an action which will happen before another action in the future. So I'll make another video on future and period so that you can understand it in depth. So let's move ahead. Now, Apres le bac, now we come on this page. So sorry. Now, this is all based on verbs. So we'll just leave it out for now because we'll do it in another video in which we study verbs. Okay, so let's move ahead. Now, I observe. The system, the education system. L'enseignement en France comment est public, gratuit et obligatoire jusqu'à 16 ans en France et jusqu'à 14 ans en. The teaching in France, as in India, is open, free and compulsory up to 16 years in France and up to 14 years in India. Of France, in France. L'école maternelle. So see, this is a very, very important civilization question. This is the most important part of this whole chapter. So please just study it in depth. L'école maternelle. 2 to the as says 6 ans. So the maternal school 2 to 6 years. Now l'école primaire 6 à 11 ans. The maternal school, the primary school, so sorry, 6 to 11 years. Now these are the various classes. So we can just remember that in the core primary, the student enters in 12th class and leaves in 7th class. So the French education system is reversed. As in India, we start from first, they start from 12th. Now after that, they go to le collège, 11 à 15 ans. The college 11 to 15 years. Now in college, they enter in 6th class and leave in 3rd class. Now this is very important. Which diploma do they obtain in college? And that is brevet. As we were doing in the match in the columns in the earlier exercise, I told you that we'll study it later. So this is the part. This is very, very important. Which diploma do they obtain in the college? And that is brevet. Now let's move ahead with France. Now, lycée general or lycée professionnel. 15 à 18 ans. Higher secondary school general or higher secondary school professional, 15 to 18 years. So in lycée they enter in the 2nd class, and the last class of lycée is called terminal. And which diploma do they obtain? That is baccalaureate or baccalaureate professional, but you can just say baccalaureate. So they obtain the diploma baccalaureate in the lycée, and after that to the university. So this is the whole French education system. So we'll just go through it once more. École primaire. So we are going through it once more in quick. In France, they enter the maternal school 2 years and leave at 6 years. Then the primary school enter in 12th class, leave at 7th class. College enter in 6th class, leave in 3rd class, and very important, which diploma do they obtain in college? That is brevet. Now we'll go to lycée, lycée general or lycée professional. Enter in 2nd class, leave in terminal class, and the diploma they obtain is baccalaureate. After that, they go to university. So let's just quickly do the important one very important question of French education system. That is, name the steps of French education system. So it will be like this. Nommer. So the question is nommer quelques étapes. Nommer les étapes du système d'éducation en France. So this is name the steps of education system in France. So I'll just put the axes later. So the answer is les étapes du système d'éducation en France. So first was l'école maternelle. So we write l'école maternelle. Friends, now I'm not putting the accents. You can refer from the table. L'école maternelle. Then it was l'école primaire. L'école primaire. Then after that it is college. Le collège. Then it is le lycée. The lycée, you can just write lycée, no need to write lycée general, lycée professional. And at last, please remember to write the university also. This is also very important, and one common mistake the children make is that they forget to write university. So you have to write university also. The university. There are several more questions from French education system, but they are coming ahead, so we'll do it then and there. Okay, so now we have done one important question of French education system. Now let's move to the Indian education system from the top. Oh, friends, also please don't forget, this is also very important. Till when is the education public, gratuitous and obligatory, which is public, free and compulsory. In India it is still 14 years, and in France it is still 16 years. This will also come. Okay, so we'll do it ahead in the question answers. Okay, now in India, the students enter in the école maternelle at 2 to 6 years. This is absolutely same. Then the école primary, that is 6 to 10 years. So what the main difference here is that here it is 11, here it is 10. Okay, and see the class difference also. Here they're entering in 1 2 3 4 5. Here they're entering from 12. And see, in France they spent 6 years in the primary school. In India they spent 5 years. Okay, so these are some tactics of remembering the system. Then high school, as in India, you can also say l'école secondaire, 11 to 15 years. Classes 6 to 10, and very important, the diploma, that is secondary school certificate examination. Okay, so the diploma that they obtain in high school or the école secondaire, that is secondary school certificate examination, whereas in France they enter in college and the diploma was brevet. Okay, now in France they enter in lycée, but in India they're entering in higher secondary school, 15 to 17 years, and the diploma, we'll just move ahead. Okay, I'll just remove that. And the diploma that they obtain is senior school certificate examination. The difference here it is secondary school certificate examination, here it is senior. or you can also call it diploma the higher secondary. And the class, as we all know, it is 11 12th. So 11 12th in India's education system is higher secondary school, whereas right now you people are in high school because we are in 10th class. Okay, then in India they can go to the college. uh, Now please remember that in France the difference is that in France college is like high school, but in India it's like university. And or you can go to either college or like old professional after a concourse. So you can also remember this like old professional after a concourse. And this also, college you go for 3 years, but in old professional you go for 4 to 5 years. So let's do some important questions of this part. So let's start. Friends, please remember that I type the answers side by side because I think that it is best for you people to know that how you should refer to the paragraph and then write it in a notebook. So that's why I type side by side and not try not to type them beforehand. So there can be some mistakes. Please omit them. Okay. Now first question. A quel âge entre a l'école maternelle? At what age does one enter in the maternal school? Now let's refer above. See, they're entering in at 2 years. At 2 years, in both in France and in India. See, 2 years, and in France also. In India also 2 years. In France also 2 years. So they have not mentioned it specifically in France and India because in both it's same. So what we can write is like this. Entre l'école. Friends, please take the accents from the question in before the law and met equal also. A like equal method thus at 2 years. Okay, so we have written this. I'm not removing this right now. You can refer to this now. The quelle class entre the or college. In which class does one enter at college? So let's refer above to see college. There, see college. They're asking about France college because in India college, basically you should just try to take things for granted for France if they're not specifically written for India. If they're not specifically written, try to think that they're asking about France. So let's see here. In college, they are entering in the sixth class. Here it is written in sixth class they are entering and leaving in the third. The age is not asked. The age is they enter at 11th. 11. They enter when they're 11 years old, but the class is six. So the answer is six. So let's move ahead and type six. अब बार बार ना कर. So now let's write sixth. So here, so how we will answer is that entre. I'm typing here only for second. I'll just write two here. Entre college. You can refer to the absence from the question. College, the sixth class. Now, friends, as you might be knowing that since we are writing sixth, not sixth, so you have to write an E over here. I'll just write it home. 2 minutes. I'll just shift it over here so that it is clearer. And sixth, you have to write E over here. Okay, like here, over here. I'll just brief, yeah, like this. E has to come above six, like superscript. So the sixth class. Just to write sixth. Okay. Next, quel diplôme peut avoir quando termine the Etudes college? Which diploma can one have when one finishes the college studies? So since they're not writing anything specific, we can take it for France. So we'll just refer to the table, though you should remember it for in exams, but just right now to make things clear, I'm just referring to the table. See, in college, they're showing that he is obtaining the brevet. After college, after third class, he'll obtain the diploma brevet. So as I told you, this is very important. So see the was also, so he'll write avoir over here like this. Third, avoir brevet. Okay, you can also write le diplôme the brevet or also brevet. So I'm writing brevet also. Bond termine de etudes college. Okay, so one can have the brevet when one finishes the studies at the college. You can refer to the question for exact spellings. Okay, and the table also. Okay, now fourth question. U for il ale por ver la baccalaureate, where one must go for doing the baccalaureate. Doing the baccalaureate, you can say that it means for obtaining the baccalaureate. So we'll just go up to the table and refer for having the baccalaureate where one must go. So see now they are having the baccalaureate. Here it is written baccalaureate. They are having in a lycée. Lycée. So we'll write where one must go to the lycée. So we can write like this. Fourth, fourth. If il for ale, we'll take it from we'll take it from the question only. Il for ale. Always try to answer as per it is asked in the question only. Il for ale or lycée or lycée or faire le baccalauréat or faire le baccalauréat. Okay, so this is like this. Now, fifth question. Combien de années passe dans une école primaire and how many years does one spend in a primary school in India? So we'll just go to the primary school in India and see. So friends, when we were discussing this, I told you know that in India, we should always remember that primary school is for 5 years, whereas in college, in France, it is for 6 years. So the answer is very clear and the answer is 5. So we'll just write 5. We'll go down again. Now I'm writing it over down. So fifth. So where as I am typing, you can write in your notebooks too. Pass 5 are is years dans une école primaire or and okay like this. Now sixth, à quel âge inscrite for école at one age just one register a student in the school. Now friends, we know that the starting school is the école maternelle and that was one enrolls his child in the école maternelle at 2 years. So we can write over here only as we know that one starts the school at 2 years. So we can write a inscrite a effort l'école, one registers a student at the school thus at 2 years of age. Okay, and this is sixth question. Like this. Now seven. Quel diplôme obtient à la fin des études secondaires and which diploma does one obtain at the end of the secondary studies in India? So we'll just go above to see. So I'll just remove that text so that it's clear. Okay. Now, see, in India, you are obtaining two diplomas. One is the secondary school certificate examination, and one is the senior school certificate examination. So now, but they're asking in the finishing of at the finish of secondary studies in India. Now, secondary studies in India finish in higher secondary school because this is high school, like all secondary, but there is also higher secondary studies, so higher secondary school. So the answer will be senior school certificate examination, not secondary school certificate examination, because secondary studies also includes higher secondary school. So you have to write senior school certificate examination. So we can write over here. Okay, so we'll write like this. O of the nth senior school certification examination, senior school certificate examination à la fin fin et études secondaires or and so like this we have written one obtained senior school certificate examination, the name of the diploma at the end of the secondary studies in India. Now eight. Which subjects do you study? Quelle matière d'études too? So this is a general question. For this, we don't need to refer the table. So now let's start. Now the answer that we can give is je étudie les maths, le anglais, le français, la science social, la science. So the answer is I studied maths, English, French, social science, and science. So this is a good answer, and you can take this. Now, friends, one more important thing. This is very important. The expressions table that is given. This will be asked if we go 2-3 pages further. This will be asked in a separate exercise in the book. So we'll do it there and then. So this is very important. Passer a exam, a concourse, faire ses tous the letters. You should know the verbs. With exam, a passer will come. Okay, and with the formation, you have to use suivre verb here. Suivre to information and réussir à exam. Réussir means to succeed. Échouer means to fail. Study, faire ses tous the letters. Do the letter studies. Droit means law. Okay, pass your exam. Pass your exam. A concourse means a competition. Okay, so please learn this expressions table also. And with this, let's move ahead. Now we come on this la form nominal table. This is a grammar topic that comes in unseen passages, so you can learn that. But we'll also cover a separate video in which we'll do this in detail, so you can learn from this or there or there or there. You can learn this table also for your exams, but this will not come in civilization. Now maths or other. So this is the exercise starting. But before that, I'll just revise some important questions that will come from this part because this is the most important part of the whole chapter. Now, first question that comes is till when is the education public, gratuite, and obligatory in France? So if it is in France, the answer is 16 ans, and if it is in India, the answer is 14 ans. Okay. Now, this all we have done Lecon method, very, very important. The diploma that we obtain in high school, that is secondary school certificate examination, and in college, brevet. In lycée, it is baccalaureate. In higher secondary school, it is senior school certificate examination. You must remember the age also, each and everything. You can remember the classes also. Classes were asked, and also one important thing that is often missed by students is this also comes and students always miss this. Now please remember where we can go in India after higher secondary school. It is college and école professional. Sometimes it comes as a fill in the blanks. Le étudia वो à l'école professionnelle après dash après a concours. So the question I said was the students go to the professional school after a dash. So after a concourse. Concourse means a competitive exam. And question can also come for what time period do the students go to the école professional? So the answer will be for 4 to 5 years and for college for 3 years. Please remember this in depth. So we have covered the whole education system of both countries. So with this, we'll move ahead. Now let's do the dialogue in order. First, I'll just quickly read it and then translate it, and then I'll translate it in order. First, Dennis, c'est vrai. Et quand est-ce que tu dois partir? Dennis, is it true? And when do you have to leave? Akanksha, oui, certainement. Je aimerais bien rejoindre mes grands-parents, mais vous me manquerez tout. Yes, certainly. I would like to get back to my grandparents, but I will miss you all. Dennis, salut Akanksha. Dennis, hi Akanksha. Akanksha, tu sais, mes parents rentrent au end. Akanksha, you know, my parents are going back to India. Now, Dennis, ne te inquiète pas, on peut toujours rester en contact sur Facebook. Dennis, don't worry, we can always remain in contact on Facebook. Akanksha, salut Dennis. Akanksha, hi Dennis. Dennis, साथ play the Ale and Dennis, would you like to go to India? Akanksha, Apres le bac, je crois. Akanksha, after the high school, I think. Dennis, qu'est-ce qui se passe? Dennis, what's happening? So, friends, now let's do it in order. So, the first sentence will be Akanksha saying, Salut, Dennis. So, it's here one. So, Salut, Dennis means hi, Dennis. Then, second is the reply that Dennis will give, Salut, Akanksha. So, it is like this, Salut, Akanksha, hi, Akanksha. Now, third will be Dennis will say, Qu'est-ce qui se passe? So, Dennis will ask, what is happening? So friends, always remember that in dialogue order, multiple answers are possible, and I just give you one possible answer. So then Akanksha will ask, "Tu say me paro rontro or am." So Akanksha will say, "You know, my parents are going back to India. Be careful." So friends, now fourth was, "Tu say me paro rontro or am." You know, my parents are returning to India. Then fifth will be Dennis saying, "Seth Bray, I quan deska tu dua party." Is this true? And when is that you are leaving? So this is fifth. Then sixth will be Akanksha Singh Apres le bac, Guru. Akanksha will say, after the high school, I think. So this is sixth. Then seventh will be Sat play the Ale, and Dennis is asking, do you want to go to India? So that basically, do you want to go to India? So then Dennis, Akanksha will say, we certain monsieur Imri Bia rejoindre me grant paro me vous me manquera too. So Akanksha is saying, yes, certainly, I would like to go to rejoin my parents, but I will miss you all. So this is eight. And last will be Dennis saying, no to inquiète pas, on peut toujours rester en contact sur Facebook. So Dennis is saying, don't worry, one can always remain in contact on Facebook. So this is the last. So friends, this is one possible answer for this dialogue in order, and let's move ahead. So friends, the second question is based on that expressions table that I just told you was very important. This expressions table out here that I told you can come. So we'll just solve this. So this is the table from which the question is coming. Okay, so let's move to that question. First, entrer, passer, suivre, sortir, réussir. So as we know, entrer, it will be entrer à la fac. Entrer, we know this because after entrer always the preposition a comes. So entrer a first. Then passe, we know passe is a concourse as we learned in the expression table. So this is second. And and also from the expression table, I told you suivre for formation we use suivre. So this is third. Now sortir, after sortir always the preposition is there. So it is fourth. And réussir exam, it was also given in expressions table. So this is like this. Now, in this exercise, they're asking us the la form nominal of the verbs. We are solving this exercise for right now, but we'll also cover a separate video on this. So I'm just writing it quickly. Always remember that we have to write the nominal form with an article, but I prefer to write definite article because if even if we are not sure of the gender of some words, we can always use an apostrophe for the words with vowels. So arrive. I'll just put the accent. Arrive, it is followed with the accent on E like this. Okay. Now, achete, it is l'achat. So here, see, definite article is of benefit to us because we can use L apostrophe. Now, vendre, it is la vente. Arrive is to arrive. Arrive is arrival. Achete is to buy. Achat is buys. Vendre is to sell. La vente is the sale that we make. So let's move to the next page. Now, décourager, it is to discourage, and it is le découragement. It is the discouragement. Just put the accent. It is now first I'll write just suhate. Suhate is to wish, and the form nominal is the what, which is the wish. The suhet. Now the accent is this accent. Oh, now friends, dialogue in order has been deleted from the syllabus, so we are just omitting this question number 4. So let's move ahead. Question number 5 is also deleted from our syllabus, so we are just not doing that. And question number 6, describing the system educative of France. Friends, we had covered a video on letter writing in which we I gave you a sample letter on describing the French education system. So I'll just present that to you, and then I'll present of India also. And there are three important letters of this chapter, that is describing the French education system, then describing the Indian education system, and third is describing a future plan. So we'll cover both three. I'll just give you the sample letters for all the three topics. But if you want to understand how we properly write letters, please watch my video on letter writing, which is available on my channel. So let's move to the sample letters. Now, before that, friends, I just quickly want to finish the book. So I'll just tell you that Je Découvre does not come in board exams. It is very clearly mentioned. So it should not come in your school exam also. But by mistake, if teacher gives, no worries. But in board exam, it won't come. So just omit Je Découvre and Uni Sorbonne and all the extra things that are given, like cruise and all, like this. The crew, Sorbonne and cruise, all this is not coming. Okay, so we'll just edit this Je Découvre. So friends, this is the letter on French education system. I have discussed it in deep in my letters video. So you can watch that if you want to understand this letter line by line and translate it also. But you can just take a quick screenshot if you just wanted a sample letter. So now let's move to the second letter on the Indian education system. So friends, now this is the letter on Indian education system. You can quickly take a screenshot. It's almost same to the French education system, just apart the ages and some in some places the name has been changed. Please take a quick screenshot. Now friends, this is the letter on Projet d'Avenir, in which you have to describe your future projects. You can also quickly take a screenshot of this, and I'll just quickly translate it also. Cher ABC, comment vas-tu? How are you? Tu seras ravi de savoir que j'ai fini mon baccalauréat avec le success. You will be happy to know that I have finished my baccalaureate with success. Cette fois-ci, je te dis mes projets d'avenir. This time, I will tell you my future plans. Je vais faire mes études de technologies dans IoT et pour payer des frais, je vais essayer d'obtenir des bourses du gouvernement. I am going to do my technological studies in IoT, and for paying the fees, I am going to try to obtain the government scholarship. Or plus, je vais aussi faire des emplois à mi-temps comme faire du babysitting or laver la voiture, etc. Also, I am also going to do the part-time jobs like doing the babysitting or washing the car, etc. Quand je aurai terminé mes études, when I will have finished my studies, je chercherai un travail à plein temps. I will search a job at a full-time job. Écris-moi de ton projet d'avenir. Write me about your future plans. Bonne chance. Good luck. À bientôt. See you soon. Peace XYZ. Now friends, if you want to know the translation of the first letter, you can refer my video of letters in which I have translated the letter on French education system, so you'll understand Indian education system too. Otherwise, if you have any doubt in letters, you can refer that video. Thank you for watching my video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.